welcome, and I am so excited and privileged to stand up here, and I'm going to introduce our MC in just a moment. But this is Corona Chamber's monthly membership and networking meeting. We are so excited to welcome our Congressman, the Honorable Calvert, today, and he serves the 42nd Congressional District, and he's a dear friend to the business community and especially the Corona Chamber of Commerce. He will be properly introduced in a little bit, but give him a round of applause so that we have our Congressman right here. For those of you that are new, that maybe has never attended a chamber event, especially a Corona Chamber event, we look forward to having you join the business community and our chamber family at meetings like this every single month. The Corona Chamber offers a variety of other programs, weekly calls, monthly seminars, trainings, and much, much more. This Corona Chamber remains to be your resource for prosperity. Today, I'm going to introduce our MC. He happens to be our chair for the Good Morning Corona events. And events like this just don't happen. It has to take someone with vision and passion. But since he first joined our chamber board, John has been inspiring. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to just ask real quick. I want to introduce our MC and the chair of today, and I'd like your attention. And I will do this throughout the meeting when we call up our sponsors and our keynote speaker. There's plenty of time for networking afterwards. Next month, we encourage you to get here at 6:30 so you can network with as many people as possible. So as soon as everyone is quiet, I will go ahead and continue. Thank you. So John has been an inspiring individual and a patriotic individual. John, we so appreciate your enthusiasm, your tremendous networking skills, and your love for your fellow Americans. On behalf of the Chamber, we'd like to present you with this. Where's it at? Okay, thank you. Come on up here, John. Stephanie, come on up. We'd like to present just a small token of our appreciation to you from the business community and all that you've done to help us grow our organization and grow this event. So on behalf of the Corona Chamber of Commerce, we thank you with this American flag, and we say thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet and welcome our MC for today, John Whitehead.
Don't sit down, don't sit down. Yeah, I know. No, don't sit down because I want to start the meeting off right, and I want to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. So I'm going to have Bobby come to my house so when my wife comes by, he can quiet her down and have her stand up and everything. I appreciate that, Bobby. I just want to say one thing. I love the fact we have our congressman here and that we're in a country where we have elected officials. And one of our representatives in the United States is here in our local meeting at a golf course in Corona. It's pretty cool. I'm reminded about a quote from Ronald Reagan: "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction." Join me as we honor and say the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now you can sit down. That was much better than the happy birthday. I gotta tell you, I'm not inviting you to my birthday party to sing. I only have about 30 birthdays left, and that was not good. Dang. All right, so good morning, Corona. Yeah, there you go. All right, so you've got some stuff on your table there, so get your phone out if you have a phone. If you don't have a phone, you're at the wrong meeting. Anyway, get your phone out. I'd like you to take a selfie, post it, hashtag Corona Chamber. You can scan that little QR code. It's got our agenda for today. Download the application. Everybody take your selfie, get your phone out. Let's go. So they always tell me, you gotta get more storage. I see a few. There we go. There we go. All right. Yeah. I know some of you are always in pictures. I know you know how to do a selfie. Here we go. Corona Chamber. That's it. Hashtag Corona Chamber. Not that complicated. All right, we're giving away a bunch of door prizes, a couple cars, golfing. Just gonna make up a bunch of stuff. So if you stay to the end, must be present to win. That's the fine print. If you're not present to win, we laugh at you because you won and you weren't here. So don't leave early. All right, here we go. You should be done with your selfie now. Now it's my time, so here we go. Are we done? Yes, okay. All right, I want to thank the sponsors for today. We have a bunch of them in the back. Brand Purpose. Let's hear it for Brand Purpose. Wave. All right. Half of you clap. Corona Regional Medical Center. Emerald Acreage. Yay. Hey, you can also join in clapping. You don't have to wait for them to clap. Jet Room. Traditional Corona. In the back. West Coast Cannabis Club. And the Western Municipal Water District. All right. Everybody's excited about water. I like it. All right, so we want to keep things going. So what we're going to do is, when you're on deck, I'm going to tell you, you're going to be next. And when you're on your next, you line up here. That means you have to listen. So, I'm going to tell you who's on deck, you line up, because what we don't want is a bunch of dead time while we're waiting up here for you to get up here. So, guess what? On deck is already going to be Corona Regional Medical Center. And we're giving out like 74 awards to Corona Regional Medical Center. So when you're done with your awards, you're going to go back the same way you came off. Normally, you're going to go around this way. You're going to get your picture and go back that way. So, all of you are our special guests, by the way, but I want to acknowledge anybody, first time, good morning, Corona, stand up. Anybody's your first time? Let's hear it for those. Okay, very good. We got here again. All right. The first timers. I got to tell you how this works. When I tell you to clap for somebody, that's when you clap. All right. We have some elected officials that are here. I saw a few of them. I think our Vice Mayor, Wes Speak, is here. Wes, here. All right, very good. 3 people are happy Wes is here. Wes, I'm happy you're here. Council member Tony D'Addario, is he here? Yep, there he is. All right. Our city treasurer, Chad Willerton's here. Thanks for coming. Past Mayor Eugene Montanez is here. Library trustee, Connie Newman. Our Congressman, Ken Calvert, is here. Let's see, Field Rep Alti Holcomb is here. Past Assembly Member Jeff Miller, I think I saw Jeff here. Riverside County Supervisor, 2nd District, Karen Spiegel. Princeton North, Norco, Kevin Bash, the mayor's, Kevin is here. And from the Western Municipal Water District, Division 3, Brenda Denstead, and Division 5, Fazia is here. Fazia, and then I believe from Norfolk College, Monica Green. Dr. Monica Green's here. And from WRCOG, from the Executive Director, Kurt Wilson is here. So let's hear it for all of our VIPs that got up early in the morning while it was still dark outside. All right. So, I know we also have board members from the chamber. These are volunteers. If you're a board member of the chamber, please stand and be acknowledged. There we go. Dean, there we go. Got a few others. All right. All right. So every Good Morning Corona, we have a special presentation from Barry E. Knight, author, speaker, leadership coach. He's got video. Let's play that video.
Hey, what's going on, friends? Barry E. Knight here, founder and CEO of BEK Impact Company. So glad to bring you this short message. I want to talk about something. Usually I'm always talking about vision, leadership. Those are the things that I love to talk about. But in vision and with leadership comes this word that many of us struggle with. and it's simply making timely decisions. By far, hands down, your most important job as a leader of an organization, leading your own company, your own business, your entrepreneur, whatever the case might be. Your most important job is making timely decisions. And no doubt, including myself, everyone watching this video now has at some point struggled to make a timely decision. At some point, you've struggled. As a matter of fact, at some point in our leadership journeys, many of us still have not made that timely decision. And when we really break it down, not making a decision it's kind of selfish. I hate to say that. I know that kind of rubs people the wrong way, but not making a decision, when we don't make timely decisions that we know we need to make that thrust us forward and takes us to a higher level, what we're inevitably doing is we're trapping people in a mediocre, ordinary, run-of-the-mill status. We literally set the cap on not just our own personal growth or our organization, but people will not reach their destiny as long as they're held captive by our indecisiveness or inability to make a decision. Not inability, our fear to make bold, timely decisions. Now, there was a study in Harvard Business Review. They did a 10-year study, and in that review, in that survey rather, they surveyed about 2,700 leaders, and 57% of new executive leaders stated that the most difficult part of their job was making decisions. That's why I said the most important, listen to me, the most important role that you have is to make timely decisions. Consider all the information, all of the data, all of the research. But my friend, at the end of the day, you have to make a decision based not on certainty and consensus, but on clarity and conviction. Let me tell you why it's so difficult to make decisions. It's difficult because of the word itself, the word to decide. That's why it's difficult. What do you mean, Barry? Well, I'm glad you asked. The word decide literally means to cut off. I don't know why I did this around my neck. Okay, to cut off. Let me do it over here. Not over my neck. But the word decide, my friends, means to cut off. In other words, when you make a decision, you decide. You make a decision to cut something off. Something can't go to the next level. And even unfortunately, someone may not be able to go to the next level with you and your team or you and your organization. So before the end of this year, before this year is out, what are the decisions that you need to make? And you're saying, I cannot, for the sake of our company, for the sake of taking this lid, this cap off of our employees, our staff, our partners, our team members. For their sake, I can't enter into 2022 having not made this decision. I want you to think about that. Slow down in your world and think, if I make this decision, what are the long-term effects and impact? What is the short-term effect and impact if I make this decision? And you begin to count the cost. I'd rather you count the cost before you have to count the loss. Because at some point, whether you make the decision or not, you're going to lose something. But you're going to choose what you're going to lose. Either you're going to lose the thing that is keeping you where you are, or you're going to lose the thing that's meant to take you where you're supposed to be. So my advice, my coaching input for you, make the decision right now, like right now. As a matter of fact, step out, pause the video, whatever you have to do, step out and go make the phone call. Text that person. Say, this is what we're going to do. Shoot an email. Let them know. FaceTime, whatever you have to do, make the decision. Now, go Go do it, make the decision. My friend, my name is Barry E. I am a servant, and I was created to serve you. 2 fingers.
Woo!
Good morning. Hey, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Save the Tatas. Really? Okay. Well, wasn't that amazing? Barry Knight is an amazing individual. Thank you, Barry. I know that he's watching remotely. Those nuggets are great words of wisdom that we can take back every single time and apply to our business. At this time, I'd like to have all the elected officials line up. You see Linda Pearson over on that side over there, all the elected officials. On deck also is Kim Maybon, our chair for the board, to give an advocacy update. So I am very pleased, extremely pleased today to introduce one of our sponsors, and that's Corona Regional Medical Center. They have been operating in our community for nearly 70 years. Throughout the years, we have witnessed several changes and expansions at this healthcare facility. Just a few years ago, Corona Regional helped bring the community of Corona and that name worldwide because they were asked to take care of 6 of the older 13 kids, which I call the Magnificent 13. Their expansion of the emergency department 2 short years ago, can you imagine what it would have been like with COVID if we didn't have that expanded emergency department? They were forward thinking and they were planning, and they handled so many things, and they continue to take care of healthcare challenges. CRMC continues to rise to the occasion. Recent hospital successes include being named the best maternity hospital for 2021 by Leapfrog Group. That same group nationally recognized Corona Regional as an A for Spring 2021 Hospital Safety Grade. Today, I'm very pleased to introduce their Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Sam Atani. Sam arrived in Corona in March this year from Bakersfield. He has 23 years of healthcare operation experience, a master's degree from Pittsburgh State University in Pittsburgh, Kansas, and 2 bachelor's degrees from Colorado Technical University in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Sam is also a fellow in the American College of Healthcare Executives. Sam's official appointment was made in August of this year to be our CEO. He's very committed to Corona and the communities that the hospital serves. I just want to take a moment though and share what I love about this guy. From the moment that I met him, I loved his leadership style. Sitting in his office for a 15-minute planned meeting, 45 to 50 minutes later, we were still talking. He loves his people at his office, at his hospital. He shared a simple theory that is really a good leadership trait. He truly understands the importance of people, regardless of their work title or the initials that follow their names. He takes time every single day to visit with his staff. Often at lunch, you'll find Sam in the cafeteria having a bite to eat with one of the nurses or somebody that is not a doctor or a physician. As Sam shared with me, he's got plenty of time to meet with them at any other time, but he wants to meet with the people that really hold the fort down. I really appreciate each and every one of them, is what he said about his employees, for their selfless acts of service daily, day after day. He said that the hospital is only as good as the entire staff is, and he loves his entire team. That sentiment will resonate in just a few moments you'll see here today. Sam works here, but most importantly, he moved here. He lives here in Corona. And since coming here, he's gotten totally immersed into our community and different organizations and events. Sam's been a regular attendee at this very Good Morning Corona event every single month. He enrolled in the Chamber's ELR program. He attended the Women's Leadership Conference. And he brought his family to the Lions Club Pancake Breakfast the other day. And those are just to name a few. It is with great pride and privilege that I bring to you the CEO for Corona Regional Medical Center, Sam Atani.
What an introduction. I don't know if I'm turning pink because of the suit or because I'm embarrassed. But either way, Bobby, thank you so much. I appreciate you and what you've done to this community. With his long speech, Bobby took a lot of my talking point about the hospital and about me. And just to emphasize, I am committed to Corona. I moved to Corona, and my plan is to really improve the health care and the quality of care in Corona, to make sure care is accessible to everybody in our community, and most of all, affordable to everybody in our community. But this is not about me or about the hospital. It's truly about our healthcare heroes and everyone who supported them during those challenging times that we all experienced in the last 18 months or so. But before I go on, I really want to give a shout out to a couple of organizations, Corona Chamber Foundation and FLAG, led by Mary Barnett. I don't know if Mary's here today, but she's here. Thank you so much for the support and what you have done to support our heroes during this difficult time. And of course, I'm here today to really appreciate and thank our healthcare heroes, the heroes of Corona Regional Medical Center, your heroes. These folks have been here day in, day out, night in, night out, supported this community throughout this pandemic. They put their lives on the line. They put their family's life on the line by going home from the hospital, not knowing if they're taking the coronavirus with them or not. They really put it on the line for all of us. So for that, I'm grateful and very appreciative for what they've done. Those heroes. Those heroes have literally saved life. Those heroes have cheered with survivors when they got up from their hospital bed and went home and stepped in their own bed. And unfortunately, those heroes have cried with patients, have cried with families, and have cried with physicians, and most of all, they cried with each other during this difficult time. And this morning, I want to introduce you to a few of our heroes that are here not only representing themselves, but the departments in which they work in. And I wish I can bring every one of our heroes. We have close to 1,200 of our heroes work here in this community, but unfortunately, Bobby will not allow it. So we're going to only bring a few. So I'm going to name them. If the elected official would like to come to the stage, please. So I'm going to read the name of our heroes, and please come up to the stage and be recognized by our elected officials. First on deck is Kara Silver, representing Case Management. Next is Dania Shatila, representing Diagnostic Imaging. Lilia Preston, representing Education. Lee Paso, representing Emergency Services. Richard Lopez, representing Engineering. Mary Cassidy, representing Environmental Services. Representing Intensive Care Unit. Maria Canlas, representing Laboratory. Amy Russo, representing Maternal Child Services. Jack Dickinson, representing Medical, Surgical, and Technical Unit. Paul Canzano, representing Nursing Administration. Josefina Huerta, representing Nutritional Services. Jason Jackley, representing Pharmacy. Danny Fisher, representing Progressive Care Units. Ryan Kalowski, representing Respiratory Therapy. Ryan Farhado, representing Subacute. And now I have been three of our beloved physicians, Dr. Amy French, representing intensivists, Dr. Naya, representing infectious disease, and Dr. Najafi, representing hospitalists. And I want to take a quick second representing our Chief Nursing Officer, Phyllis Snyder. Phyllis, where are you? Phyllis, love you. Thank you for your hard work. We couldn't have done it without you. And as we're wrapping up, I really would like us all to think pink. On your table, we have this strawberry. And if you're wondering what that is, if you open it up, it's a storage bag. You could use it for shopping, for grocery. And men, do not be embarrassed to wear pink. Really, men wear pink. And as a healthcare leaders in this community, we want to certainly recognize and acknowledge National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So please wear pink.
Everybody smile.
Quickly, okay.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
Keep your eyes on me, it could be funny. All right, everyone look this way, there's three photos. 1, 2, 3, switch, stay, again. 3 hands, 4.
Got it.
1 hand.
Now, just take the masks off and we'll take one so you guys can have one for years down the road. Okay, you ready? Tony, take that off completely, okay? Thanks.
Yeah. All right, everyone looks this way, make sure you can see a camera. Now, somebody's head. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys so much. Johnny?
Thank you, Robbie. Thank you for the opportunity to sponsor this event and to work our community.
All right, let's hear it for the Corona Regional Medical Center. Let's go one more time. All right, Kim Avon is going to be up now. And then on deck is the Western Municipal Water District. So, hi Kim. I know Kim's got this long introduction here. Let's see. Let's just hear from Kim Avon, our board chair.
Thank you, John. Well, good morning, Corona.
Morning.
Did you know that over the 2019-2020 California legislative session, a total of 4,848 bills were introduced between the Senate and Assembly? That's a lot of bills. The Corona Chamber, along with our legislative advocate, actively monitor the proposed legislation and how it affects our members' businesses. When we identify a bill as being a job killer or a business killer, we advocate on your behalf. Over the past 9 months, I have brought your attention to many job-killing bills. I felt like I was bringing bad news every single time I got up here. Well, I'm happy that I finally get to bring you some good news. Through our efforts this year, we were able to save your businesses, wait for it, $51,131.70 per employee. That's a lot of money back in your pockets. Areas that these bills addressed were corporate tax hikes, workers' compensation expansions, healthcare, bereavement, prevailing wages, COVID-related pay, emergency spending, and the list goes on. You can see the full list on the screen right now, and you can also read more about it in the Chamber Business News, which is in front of you. These types of efforts and proposed legislation are covered each week in our Chamber Business Briefing call, which is held every Wednesday at 10 a.m. via Zoom. In 28 minutes or less, we give you an update of what's going on and how to get involved. I hope you'll join us. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Vanna White over there, and thank you, Kim. All right, so next up is Robert Inez and all new members. Got that? New members will line up over here. It's my pleasure to welcome up our next sponsor for today, Western Municipal Water District. Western Municipal Water District is one of the largest public agencies in Riverside County, providing water, wastewater, which is sewer, for those of you who don't know, recycled water services to nearly 1 million people, both wholesale and retail customers across a little tiny area of 527 square miles in western Riverside County. Been serving the community since 1954. And here today to share with us is their board of director, Fazia Rizvi. Fazia. Let's hear it for Fazia.
Good morning, Corona.
Morning.
We need you back, come on. That is better. My name is Claudia Rizvi, a board member of Western Municipal Water District. I joined the Western Board last year, 2020. Yes, that was crazy election season, by the way. I represent Division 5, which is City of Corona, Home Gardens, El Cerrito, and a portion of Tennesco Canyon. It is a pleasure to introduce you to the Western Municipal Water District and share with you, some of you, what we do. You know, when I was running and I've been here, everybody said, what do you guys do? So the most important thing is we provide clean and drinking water to you guys. You know, that is the most important and critical resource we provide. And as I've gone through this journey, being in the water world, I've learned we do have work to do, we do have to do some awareness. So here we go. Here we go. All right. Good one. So this is the presentation. I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to give you a background who Western is, share with you, the most important I'm going to share with you is Western, Riverside County Regional Wastewater Authority. The short form is RCRA. When I got onto the water board, the biggest thing I had to learn of all these agencies' names and their short forms. I'm still learning. So that's, as I said, about Western. We provide drinking water, recycled water, wastewater services to nearly 1 million people. We are serving 25,000 direct connections, and we are the largest public agency in Riverside. Our service area covers 527 square miles, extending as far as north as Rupa, as far south as Marietta and Temecula. We serve more than 1,000 retail drinking water connections, which is about 100,000 people, and 8,000 wastewater customers. As a member of the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California, we are able to bring water from more than 700 miles away to provide you with highest drinking quality water. And we have 3 local wastewater treatment and reclamation facilities that are either owned and operated by Western. And we are part of Joint Powers Authority Agreement. Western Boards of Directors. So we are a 5-board member, publicly elected. Our public board meetings are first and third Wednesday of every month. And I would like join here today, our board member, our president, Brenda Bedstead. Brenda. Then what is RCRA? Western Riverside County Regional Wastewater Authority. RCRA is a joint power authority formed by 5 local agencies: Corona, Norco, Home Garden Sanitary District, Kurupa Community Services District, and Westford. By pooling our resources and creating a regional treatment facility, the members were able to benefit from economies of scale rather than small treatment plants. We decided to create a big joint power. Benefits of wastewater treatment. Wastewater treatment is critical to protecting public health and environmental stewardship. It is estimated that 90% of wastewater generated in the world is released to the environment untreated. But we don't let this happen at Westford. Here in Southwest Riverside, we are able to prevent diseases related to bacteria, viruses, through treatment thanks to our RCRA and other wastewater facilities. Thank you. Again, thank you, Chambers, for letting me having the opportunity to talk about water and wastewater, which is very critical. And thank you to everyone. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Fazia. We take our water for granted when we turn it on, it's clean. And but it's a huge responsibility. And now I'm bringing up Robert Yanez, Membership Development Coordinator for the City of Corona. And he's gonna, it's tough being in business. How many of you are in business? Right? So some people are old like me, been in business 27 years. And when I first got in business, I had no idea what I was doing. What I love about the Chamber is we help out people that have been in business for 100 years, 150 years. And then we help out people that are brand new in business, people that are just trying to figure it out. Now, some of these people that we're talking to you today, introducing, they're brand new. Some have been in business for a long time, they're finally joining the family. But I want to just acknowledge all of you and for being here. And Robert's going to share.
Thank you so very much, John. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Our members make up the Chamber. We'd like to take a few minutes to highlight some of them today. These new members have been invited to the mic to share a 30-second intro about their business. If you start to go over, TJ will play the sound. There you go. You hear that sound? You know you went over.
What's that sound? Like a saw.
And I encourage you all to meet all of our new members here today. I will introduce them one at a time. Not all could be here live today, but we want to acknowledge them all. After exiting the stage, please stop by and take a photo with our 2021 board chair, Kim Mayvon. And our first member is Accurate Fishing Products. Yeah, let's give them a round of applause. Corona.
Elaine Liu. I'm the CEO and founder of MMJX Society. We are a cannabis retail company in Orange County. I know cannabis is new to the city of Corona, but the chamber has been so great. They've already visited our facility, and they did a great job learning about what to expect, so they can give more information to you guys. So thank you for doing that. We'll be around. Afterwards, if you guys have any questions about our company, I brought my leadership team here today. I have my director of marketing, Adrian, my director of HR. My director of HR, Susie Escobar. And then my business partner actually is a local Corona resident, Mike Wilson. He owns several businesses in Corona, Temecca Group and Anonymous Technology. Thank you so much for inviting us today, and let us know if you have any questions about cannabis.
Our next member is Tepoca Madre Modern Mexican Kitchen.
My name is Elisa Hernandez, and we are a new restaurant coming up in Corona. We are going to be having our grand opening on the 28th. Thank you. We are a family-owned restaurant. We are missing one member right now, but you know, we're bringing something new for you guys, and hopefully our food will be as enjoyable to you guys. And I'm sorry, I'm really nervous. It's our first time. I just want to introduce one of my partners, that's Claudia and Jose. And we are looking forward to seeing you guys and, make yourself happy with food. Thank you. The address is 163 West Ontario Avenue in Corona. Thank you.
Our next member is For the People Task Force.
My name is Joe Badani. I'm here with the president for the People Task Force, Director Rizvi. We started this nonprofit about 18 months ago. We are a local food bank and social service organization. In the last 18 months, we have done over 90 food drives, distributed over 25 million pounds of food, 50,000 hands-on masks, and now we are providing a free COVID testing on 6th Street. We are here to serve the community. Our motto is community helping community, and 100 days, no days off. And I want to thank City of Corona, Corona Police Department, Corona Chambers, Corona Fire Department, and all of you who have joined us in this effort in food drives and everything. If you want to know more about our upcoming project, please let us know. Thank you.
Community money management.
Good morning. My name is Selig. I'm the president and founder of Intercommunity Money Management. I've been a financial advisor for 20 years now. I'm a realtor as well, and right now I am open enrollment started for Medicare, so I'm offering free consultations. Thank you.
Next member is Freeway Corona.
Corona Chamber. I knew this was a great chamber. As soon as I walked in, I seen so much embracing and hugging. So congratulations. You got a great chamber here. My name is Manny, and I'm with the MMJX Corporation. We are a vertically integrated company, cultivation, manufacturing, distribution, and we also have 2 retail operations, one in Los Angeles and also one in Orlando. But that's not the exciting thing. I have 2 products with the federal government, one with the National Institute of Health. It's an elixir, and I have another one with a lotion with the Department of Defense, United States Army, San Antonio, Texas. And we're excited to bring that here to Corona for the residents, so they can have a well-being about themselves. So thank you so much for all that.
Our next member is Laker Designs. Andrew, MedCare Corona.
My name is Hank Cius, and I'm here with David. Hi, good morning, Corona. Thank you for having us.
We're honored to be representing MedCare Corona. We are a dispensary group in Lake Elsinore, and we are also a cultivator. But actually, I hope to get to the walk-off music, so can I have at least welcome to the jungle when I get there? Anyway, this is, we're excited. Interestingly enough, back in 1989, I opened the Save on Drugs. It's on Magnolia. It's now a CVS pharmacy. I was fresh out of college. So coming back to Corona and serving the Corona market is exciting for me. It's funny, if you ever go to that store, ask them to show you the picture of Hank. I came back as a senior vice president for CVS, and they took me back to the picture of me as a chubby young kid was amazing. So can't wait to bring the purpose of MedCare for people. Can't wait to bring back the purpose of serving the community. We're excited at MedCare Farms.
Thank you. Thank you. Our next member is Merritt Allesbaugh. Give him a round of applause.
Good morning, it's a privilege to be here with you. Thank you for inviting us. I'm Cesar Scolari. We're Merritt Allesbaugh. We're located at McKinley, the 91 freeway. We built an extraordinary facility for Corona Police please come and visit us. We're in the Walmart parking lot. This is Jessica, Dasha, and Jose, Merritt Auto Spa. We've got an extraordinary facility. Please come and check us out. The tunnel, the wash tunnel is clean as a science lab. Speaking of water, we implemented a new water recycling system. We have enough solar power that provides over 100% of our energy needs.
Our next member is Shelter for Change. There you go, thank you, Andrew. And our next member is Susan Duran, CPP Fitness Coach.
Good morning, Corona. I'm bringing the gym to the chamber. I'm a personal trainer at Rain Training Facility on Ontario and Maine. We're gonna introduce fitness to all levels. I think everybody realizes the importance of getting healthy and staying healthy, especially being locked at home for a long time. So come and work out with me at Rain Training Facility and get fit.
And our next member is West Coast Cannabis Club.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for having us here. I want to thank Robert and Desiree for everything they've done for us to help make us feel welcome to Corona. We own 3 retail stores out in the Palm Springs area, as well as cultivation and manufacturing, and a 35,000 square foot micro business, which we'd like to invite anybody out to come and take a tour of the facility where they can see our grow, manufacturing, kitchen, and our retail store. Our goal for being a part of the chamber is to show everybody that in cannabis we can be transparent and we can be a contributing member to our community. So if anybody has any questions about the industry, I know that it's new, feel free to reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to answer all those questions. So thank you for your time.
And thank you all, and welcome to all of our members.
All right, so we've got something for everyone. You can go fishing and have cannabis. Right? You can learn about money management and have cannabis. You can get your car washed and have cannabis. You can volunteer at the shelter and have cannabis. And then you can get fit, I think she was talking to me, and have cannabis. Thank you. Watch the video, please.
Here at Traditional, we've been growing since 2005. Growing jobs, growing communities, and growing one-of-a-kind customer experiences. We love what we do. From every clone to every customer, we strive for the best. Always trying something new, but never forgetting our roots. Come grow with Traditional.
Like I said. Our Congressman is on deck. It is my pleasure to introduce our Vice President of Operations at the Chamber, Desiree Ramirez. She's going to honor our outstanding members that have been around for a few years. Here you go. Let's hear for Desiree.
Thank you, John. We are honored and appreciate the businesses who continue to support our chamber. The longevity of these next members show their dedication to our mission, and they are champions for a stronger community, and we are so grateful to have such great business partners. Even if some of them are not here today, we will announce their names. Those in attendance will be given 1 minute to share about their business. If they go over, TJ will play this sound. Thank you. We also want to thank those businesses who referred other businesses to the chamber. Thank you to our elected officials for providing certificates for the following members today. Our very own Congressman Calvert, Senator Richard Roth, Assembly Member Sabrina Cervantes, Supervisor Karen Spiegel, and Mayor Jackie Casillas. After exiting the stage, please pose for a photo with our 2021 Chairman of the Board, Kim Damon. So those celebrating milestones with the chamber, 5 years is Feeling Lucky Entertainment. They're not here, but we can still clap for them. And next is Pacific Capital. Come on up, chat.
Thank you. So 75% of Americans report having great stress and anxiety about money. Probably not you guys in the room, you guys are all just living the dreams, but during COVID, I did write 2 books that ended up being some Amazon bestsellers, so I'm gonna share those with you real quick. The first one is called Stress Free Money. Okay, the title is appropriately, and we're giving away a few of those today. Second, my wife and I have 5 kids, and so we care about teaching kids to be smart with money. So the next book is called Smart Not Spoiled. And this book teaches the things that schools are not teaching kids about money. So I highly encourage it. Teenagers could definitely benefit from it, but families, it's geared towards parents and grandparents, teaching their kids what they need to learn about money before they graduate high school. So grateful to be a member of the chamber, grateful to be an elected city treasurer here in Corona. We're doing good things with the money in the city. And if you are a 7 or 8 figure income entrepreneur, we can help you. So thank you.
Celebrating 10 years with the Corona Chamber, Roy O. Huffman Roof Company. Clap for them right here. Celebrating 15 years with the Corona Chamber is our Corona Fire Safety Foundation. Come on up.
Good morning, Corona. Thank you for the opportunity to accept this award on behalf of the Fire Safety Board. The Fire Safety is a nonprofit that aligns with goals and activities to support the fire department. Our most recent endeavor was to ensure that the firefighters within the city of Corona have AEDs that they keep with them all the time, because those 6 minutes are life-changing. Help us, help the community. See it Rock and Brew on Saturday, 20% of all proceeds support the Fire Safety Foundation. Have a great day. Thank you.
And then also celebrating 25 years is American Medical Response, and they cannot be here today, but we can still clap for that. Continued investment to the community. Hello, John. We will be giving these 2 books away with our raffle that we're going to be having at the end of the program, so hang tight for that.
Thank you. Yeah, he gave me the book because he said it's spoiled, so, for me. All right, so thank you. Let's hear it for all those members that have been around a long time. That's pretty awesome. And Desiree, thank you very much. It's my honor to introduce our keynote speaker today, Congressman Ken Calvert, lifetime resident of Riverside County, 17 years small business owner in the restaurant real estate industries. I think that might be it. I think it's more than 17 years. Serves on the House Committee on Appropriations, is a ranking member of the Subcommittee on Defense and a member of the Subcommittee on Energy and Water. His congressional caucuses are 2 number listed, and he represents the 42nd District. We're going to host a Q&A at the end of his talk today. Let's please welcome to the stage Congressman Ken Calvert.
What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. Great to be here at home. It's not as nice in Washington, D.C. So, obviously, we live in a very polarized period in our country's history, and our government is certainly an example of that. We found out this last election that my friends on the Democratic side obviously got a majority in the House. It's razor thin, obviously, just by they can only lose 4 votes in order to pass any legislation. And of course, the Senate is split right down the middle. And so Vice President Harris has to break any tie vote in order to pass anything. And from my perspective, I've known Joe Biden for a long time, President Biden, but he ran as a moderate, but that's not the way we're governing today. And so it's causing both sides to go to their respective corners. So there's only one thing I don't I think we're agreeing on Washington, that's what we don't agree on very much. So that's the situation we're in. And obviously you're reading a lot about these large bills that are before the United States House of Representatives and the Senate, what we call the infrastructure bill. I wish there was more infrastructure in that bill, that $1.2 trillion bill. It's a great majority of it is not to the traditional infrastructure that you think of, bridges, roads, highways, that kind of thing. But that's before the Congress. And the other is $3.5 trillion bill, as the president refers to as the human infrastructure bill. Obviously, it's not going to end up at that number, if it ends up at any number. Senator Manchin and Krista Sinema have made it clear that they don't want that number to exceed $1.5 trillion. And so I don't believe that, quite frankly, I don't know if they have the votes to pass that. And there's a reason for that. Right now, first let me kind of go through the tax increases that would have to go into effect to pass this bill. We'd have to increase the corporate tax rate to 26.5% from 21%, giving the United States the third highest corporate tax rate in the world. The bill increases the top individual income tax rate to 39.6% from 37% where it is today. And if you're a Californian, you're paying 13.3% state tax. Do the math. The bill increases the top capital gains rate to 25%. The bill does not, happily, does not include changes to the 1031 exchanges. It does not include any changes to the SALT deduction cap. But keep in mind, all of this is fluid. I mean, we're negotiating this from day to day, or as my friends on the other side of the aisle are negotiating this. But one thing that we should be very concerned about, the Inland Empire right now, we have the highest inflation rate in any area in the United States. And that's not a great distinction, but that's the way it is. I mean, you're seeing that every single day. You're going to get gasoline, or buy groceries, anything you're doing, you're seeing increases in prices. And if this 3.5 trillion plus the 1.2 trillion, and that's not including the normal appropriations process, which is another 3.5 trillion, all passes in a short period of time, we're going to be pouring a lot of gasoline on the fire. A lot of you have been around to see inflation. I have. It's the most insidious tax of all, especially if you're a senior citizen and you have a fixed income. All of a sudden, your life changes enormously. So that's something that I think every American should consider. We're also going through a kind of stagflation. Now, unemployment, I think, too long. A lot of folks. They're going to be too late coming into the port. You can't get truck drivers to drive these products out of the port right now. We have a huge shortage of truck drivers, shortage of workers on the port itself. Even though they're going to 24/7 hours, it's not enough in order to keep up with demand. And obviously you're seeing wage increases, substantial wage increases, in order to keep up and trying to keep people, bring people back into the employment area. For the first time we've ever seen, the average restaurant worker now is exceeding $15 an hour. And that's increasing rapidly. Some McDonald's some president running McDonald's, so it exceeds $20 per hour. And so we're having a hard time, and even then we're having a hard time getting people back to work. And so we have a lot of work ahead of us, even though there's 40,000 fewer people employed in Riverside County than we had prior to the pandemic. We have more than 40,000 jobs that are available to people if they will come back into the workforce. And so that's a challenge that we have and that we need to do in order to get this economy back on track. I mentioned inflation. This is a real problem, and that's going to tie into the supply chain. If you have too few goods with money chasing those goods, I do have my degree in economics, but this is just common sense. You're going to have substantial increases in prices, and I'm afraid that the income levels are not going to be able to keep up with that. And so we're going to have a situation here, unless we get on it quickly, that will not be good in the long term for our economy. I can touch a little bit. I do chair I'm the ranking on defense appropriations, so my job is to fund the United States Marine Corps, the Navy, the Army, all the intelligence agencies, basically the entire military operation. We continue to do that. We're trying to get a bill through right now, and hopefully I can work with my friends on the side of the aisle to get a bill done here in the next few weeks. We're running under a continuing resolution, which is not the way to run the Department of Defense, but we'll do what we can to get that bill done as quickly as possible. I can get into the border. I'd rather get into some Q&A. Obviously, the experts say there'll be 400,000 people crossing the border this month. That's just 1 month. In the month of October, we're having people crossing the border now from every country in the world: Central Africa, Asia, the Middle East. People are flying in to Mexico and then crossing the border. A substantial number we captured and released, but another number of people are obviously able to get in the United States without detection. I will make one point about some of our military. When Bagram Air Force Base was closed in Afghanistan, they also closed the prison that we had there. We started putting people in the prison at Bagram rather than Guantanamo, bringing Guantanamo down. We had approximately 7,000 prisoners, the worst of the worst, not just from Afghanistan, from all parts of the world who were involved in terrorist activity. 20 years of counterintelligence work. They were all let go when the Taliban took over. One of those individuals went to Kabul and crossed the bridge and killed 13 United States Marines. All those people are released, and we don't know where they're at. I suspect some of them got on the planes leaving Kabul and are in the United States now. So we got ourselves in a hell of a situation, but we got to stick together. It's going to be a difficult year, but we will get through it. God bless America. And with that, I'll try to answer any questions.
I know Jenny has a question.
Sure.
Great. Well, actually, it's a little bit more of a comment than a question.
Tell us who you are.
Sure, but my name is Jennings Zimmel. I'm with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce out of our Western Regional Office. Of course, we're headquartered in Washington, D.C., advocating on behalf of the business community at the federal level in Washington. And just wanted to say, that we recognize and very much appreciate your support of the business community, longstanding support, really throughout your entire career in Congress. You have been a champion of business. You have a small business background yourself. And whether it's on issues related to trade or transportation, energy, healthcare, lawsuit abuse, legal reform, you have been a champion working on behalf of the business community. And so that's why I have this here today. This is our Spirit of Enterprise Award. This is something that you've received. I think every year you've been in Congress, you had a perfect 100% legislative score last year. And so on behalf of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, I just want to say thank you for standing up for business, and I'm happy to present you with our Spirit of Enterprise Award. Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm going to clarify it now. All the other people, they're going to be asking questions. They won't be going on stage. They're just going to ask you questions.
We're not going to give awards.
Sorry.
You mentioned that you have in place at the border catch and release. That is in place right now. Is there any type of control in terms of the people coming in and getting the vaccines so that our border patrol agents don't get infected and we don't get the infection coming this way?
Question was the people that are crossing the border, whether or not they're vaccinated or checked for COVID. The short answer is no.
And we're gonna do something about it.
We would like to stop people that are crossing the border and to have a health evaluation and make sure that they're vaccinated. But when you have several thousand people a day crossing the border, basically unmolested, it's difficult for plus the instructions that they're under is not to stop people from crossing that border.
My boyfriend is a border patrol agent, almost gonna retire, and 2 border patrol agents have died recently due to
That's terrible.
COVID-19. So they are.
I don't disagree with you.
Not only them, but then we get all that here too. So.
If I was president, we would never stop the Remain in Mexico policy that we had. We would have continued building the fence. We've got thousands of tons of fence material that's stacked up along the border right now. We stopped all the contracts that we had let, paid a 30% penalty to those contractors for cutting that contract short, which makes no sense.
The fence doesn't stop the people. They build stairs and they
Slows it down quite a bit. We were down to 90% less than what we had here.
Thank you.
Good morning, Congressman. Good to see you here. I have seen your action in Washington, D.C., and we appreciate all what you do for us. My quick concern here is, as a businessman, we see the interest in the unemployment is high. We are looking for people to hire. With the inflation going up, we as a small business are actually entering into the arena where everybody is suffering, hard to find people and fighting inflation. We would like to see what is our government doing to help small business. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, what we can't do is pass spending bills that will actually hurt the business community. We need to make sure that we do things that go the other way on the regulatory side of things and make it easier to stay in business rather than go out of business, which is, I think, where we're going right now. Next question.
Good morning, it's good to see you again. Diane Walcott Ward. I always say Walcott because everyone knew me by that name for many years. My family had a nursery in Norco for 66 years, and my mother was a Cuban immigrant and then became an American citizen as fast as she could. It took her 9 years to study and learn English, and she made it happen. She always wore red, white, and blue. So I'm going to try not to cry, but I want to thank you so much for all your support for over these years. Because of my family and having that business. It's non-existent now, because Mama died 6 years ago, but she worked till she was 82, and thank you, and appreciate you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. By the way, I'm all for legal immigration. We have a lot of people backed up on lists wanting to come to the United States legally. Unfortunately, a lot of people are coming to this country, not yes, sir.
Congressman Calvert, speaking of legal immigration, my girlfriend Krista became a permanent resident of America recently after coming from Canada 15 years ago. She went through the process right. And I intend to marry her and take care of her as best I can. But one of the concerns that I have is the cost of living here in California. We can't find a place of our own right now. We have to rent half a house with somebody else who's been very generous with us. We want a place of our own to be able to contribute to Corona, contribute to California, our socioeconomic, our volunteering, our professional skills. Do you have any advice or counsel as to how we can subvert the cost of living in California until we can get that more to a happy median than where it is right now?
Just a simple question. Yeah, obviously that's a state local issue. However, I will say, because I have some experience in the construction industry and the development industry, the regulatory process to build anything is the worst in California than any state in the union. When I say worst, we're 50 out of 50 on the bottom. And we have the highest fee structure of any state in the country. For instance, I think right here in Corona, I suspect a residential unit, your fee cost alone is probably about $135,000. That's before you even start building the house. So that's I'm not picking on Corona, that's all around the state of California. And the regulatory issues that we piling on to these builders, and which they are going to pass along to the buyer, is causing the price of homes to inflate beyond anyone's ability to acquire a home. And we just have to change our, our attitude about how, do we want affordable housing or not? Government's not going to supply it. The only way you're going to be able to do it is bring down the costs where you can be competitive. Right now, that's not where we're at.
Thank you, Congressman.
Thank you. Our last question, Congressman, is from Elijah.
Congressman, Calvert, you mentioned that we have rising inflation rates. To me, that's very concerning. That's a lot of things like a hidden tax. So I'm just curious, what do we do on a government level to counter that? Like, what is the point to stop that? What do we do? You said if we don't get on it, it's going to get really dangerous. So what do we do to stop it?
Well, we've been here before. We've had inflation before in the early 70s. I remember having to borrow money at 15, 16%. That's going to be the result of this inflation, by the way. Because once you inflate this economy, what basically the government is doing is they're basically buying back their own debt. So they're printing the money and buying it back and keeping the interest rates down to zero. You can't do that forever because at some point you got to what they call reload the gun. So you got to start raising rates, or you're going to have this inflationary pressure, to quell the demand that's out there, and that's not going to be easy. Paul Volcker and Ronald Reagan did it in the early 70s, and it was very, very painful. I don't know, some of you can still remember that, 1980, 82, when we went through that period. They did it. They broke inflation at that time. And that's probably what's going to have to happen at some point. The Federal Reserve is going to start raising interest rates. And then the federal government has to pay interest on our national debt, which right now we're not because we're buying back our own debt. You can't do that. Some of my friends think we just do that forever. No. At some point, the economy collapses. And that, I'm afraid that every day we're getting closer to that point.
Thank you, Congressman. I misspoke. He's the last question, but the final question is.
Thank you, Bobby. Mr. Congressman, Tim Evans from the Unforgettables Foundation. I'm a proud American, proud member of this chamber. I'm an immigrant from England. And my parents always talked around the dining room table about the globe. And Americans are the most generous, wonderful country in the world, but blessed isolationism, I don't believe is serving them well. Can you talk about China? Because I sat through an educational seminar yesterday on the rise of China, and there was quiet across the room because everyone was very serious in what they were hearing from this professor. Could you talk about our relationship to China at this point, please?
I'd be happy to. Obviously, China is our largest trading partner. So economically, they infuse themselves into our economy. However, you got to point out, they are the fastest growing military in the world. They now exceed us in number of ships. They exceed us in number of missiles. They exceed the United States in manned forces. In the South China Sea, they exceed us 5 to 1. 5 to 1. They have 5 times more ships. They have 5 times more missiles. They have 5 times. Just go right on down the list. This is the 100th anniversary of the Chinese Communist Party. The 6 provinces of China that are already back into the China realm is there. The last province is Taiwan. I've been there a number of times. I've been to China a number of times. And they want Taiwan, they want it bad, they want it quick. And they're doing training exercises to take that. Now, why should you care about whether or not Taiwan becomes part of China? Little statistical fact. 90% of all computer chips in the world are made in Taiwan. If China takes over Taiwan, say, the next 6 months, they will control the chip technology for the entire world. Now, we're already at a chip shortage. You can see F-150 trucks parked all over Kentucky. You got problems with chips right now, and that's one of the inflationary problems we're having with electronics because there's not enough supply to meet the demand. China's a problem. They're pushing themselves virtually in every country in the world. Africa, Asia, South America. They're all over Venezuela right now, Argentina.
China is on the move. And we, the United States, have to recognize that. And what we need to do is make sure we have a strong and able military to counter any problems with China. And we need to make sure that our military is kept the best military in the world. Because China is going to try to catch us. We have a lot of work ahead of us. But thank you very much. I appreciate being here. God bless you all. We'll talk to you soon.
Well, we have a little something for you. It feels pretty heavy, so it must be a rock or something. But anyway, just a little something on behalf of the Corona Chamber, just for being here. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Let's hear it for Congressman Calvert. All righty. So I want to thank a few people. We're not done, so don't leave. Remember, we're giving away a card, so you have to be present for that. Salute to the Military is next month on November 12th, our last Good Morning Corona of the year. Last time you have to hear from me. So I want to thank our speakers, Barry E. Knight and Congressman Calvert. You know, there's a lot of people. I got here early. It was still dark, by the way, but there was a lot of people already here working on it. And so I just want to acknowledge those people that were here early, not just the staff. They have an amazing staff, but volunteers like Ambassador Lester Lee. I think Lester's here. Wave Lester back in the back with town planner, community counters, Ambassador Saul Shapiro with Liberty Dead Living Better 101. You guys are here early. Our photographers that are still trying to find my good side. Brad Romancia, Curtis Bloom, and of course Jim Dorsey. There he is, our own down white. To Eagle Glen Golf Course and our AV Rhythm Tech Productions that are here today. So we're going to give away some door prizes. We have them all lining up right now. So take out your calendar, mark November 12th. Make sure you register. It's going to be a great event. We're looking for a few more sponsors, but we already have Robertson's Ready Mix, Altura Credit Union, Corona Chamber Foundation, and SoCal Gas that are going to help honor the military. And so again, you can use the QR code on that. And so I think that's it on that. We have, want to thank today's sponsors, Brand Purpose, Corona Regional Medical Center, Emerald Acreage, Jet Room, Traditional Corona, West Coast Cannabis Club, and the Western Municipal Water District. And so, yeah, let's see, what do we have? Where's the car? Oh, chocolate truck. No chocolate truck. Oh, I got it. It's already been on the script. Wow, how about that? John, follow directions. Oh, yeah, how about that? All right, so who wants to win a door prize? You must be present to win. Jen and Desiree? You guys take it? All right. We have a weather-based irrigation system and garden cart. Value at $175, give or take 150. Just kidding. Donated by the Western Municipal Water District. And the winner is Aladdin Cleaning Supply, Mike Karashi. And we have a first aid backpack, value $100 by Corona Regional Medical Center. Wow. Yes, wow, exactly. And that goes to Brittany Rohrbach. Brittany, are you here? All right, she's here. Now that's funny because the next door prize was donated by Tropicana, where Brittany works, and the winner for that, Shelly Moore. All right, Shelly's here. Very good. $100 product giveaway from Be Healthy. Sorry, I'm out of order. Tiffany Pittman from the hospital. Is she here? Oh, very good. 4 books. We have 4 different winners from donated by Chad Willerson. Let's see. Joanna Sanchez, are you here, Joanna? You got a book coming? Come on, get it. Another book. Danette Wheat. Danette, you get one of Chad's books. I bet you have one. Violetta Aguilar Wyrick, are you here? Very good. You get a book. And the last book. Judith Helper at Peppermint Ridge. You must be present to win. And then we have a vitamin supplement from Charlie's Cause. Yeah. Scott Waddell, Scott here? Scott Waddell, there you go, he gets that. And then what we have the centerpieces on the middle, those go at your table, whoever has the next closest birthday. So talk amongst yourself at your table, whether it be you, Mike Wilson, or you, Kevin, you can get you can take your centerpiece to the one that's next closest birthday. Those are donated by the Western Municipal Water District. That concludes our meeting. If I forgot something, I apologize. Go see our displays in the back. Sign up for next month. Hey, it's a beautiful day in Corona, as always. God bless you. God bless America. Thank you.